Hello, and welcome to another live stream by Virtual Flight Diaries. And we are here with the DC-3 in Iquitos at Colonel Francisco Cicada Vigneta International Airport in Peru. And we're going to be doing leg 2 of our Amazon tour. And we are going to be heading to Alfredo Vasquez Gobo International Airport in Leticia? I know I butchered that one. All right. Hey, we got Drunk Billy and a Limp Rocketeer in the chat. Hello. How are you? Welcome to the stream. how is everyone doing today? So we're going to be flying VFR, and we're going to follow the Amazon River over to our destination airport in the DC-3. I'm working on a MOSA profile. This one's going to be my first one from scratch. So it's a work in progress. As soon as I get it to where I like it, I'm gonna post it in the Discord under the MOSA profiles. So anyway, hey, getting to random Juno for a Delta flight I'm doing. Very fun app. Oh, Jet Card? You on Jet Card, Limp? That's awesome. Yeah, I love Jet Card. I got to pick up the new Falcon 50 from Contrail that just dropped. I'll fly that on Jet Card. V1 Executive Charters, I just saw that he added some Falcon 50s to the fleet. So I'm going to have to pick that up. Also, the Fokker F7100s just dropped. Super Slot, I love Jet Card. Also, have you guys tried FS Kingpin? No, but I have seen it. It's a little underworld kind of role-playing thing where you get to kind of be Barry Seal kind of stuff. All right. Hey, is anyone flying along? I don't know if I actually turned on multiplayer. Yep, FS Kingpin. Yeah, I was reading all that. I've not tried it yet, but it looked very interesting. All right, so we're going to close up here, and then we're going to load up our fuel. Yeah, if anyone's flying along on the multiplayer network on the USA East, let me know if you can see me, because I don't remember if I actually went all players or not. All right, so we're going to add some people aboard. We're not going to go full up. No, you're on the network today? Yeah, we are on VATSIM as well. I did file a VFR flight plan, although I'm not showing up on VAT radar for some weird reason. I think if you file VFR, you don't show up on the radar. All right, that's good. Let's full left main, full right main. We are not crashing into the jungle this round. Yeah, but you're in South America, which is south of the real. Oh, jeez. Yes, we are jungle flying today. Jungle flying today. All right, all loaded up. Mains are full. All right, that looks good. Let's put it on aux. I'm going to take off on the mains, though. Sadly not flying today or tonight for me. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I just wanted to make sure that before I set the plane up, if I had to go back out, because I just don't remember. I was doing so much. All right, so Limp, that's a 15-minute timeout for myself. Sorry. It's okay, Limp. It's all right. True that. Glory to Canada. Yes, our country is going to be 250 years old compared to the rest of the world. That is, we are still a baby, especially considering some of the European countries. All right, so we're gonna. I think what the history of England starts at like prior to 1000 AD. All right. All right, open the cow flaps. Windows are open. Let's see. We got to start our engines. Let's get that on. Beacons are on. Position light is on. We are on the battery cart. On the mains. And we'll crack the throttles. And let's go. Right pump. Give it about a couple seconds just to energize. All right. So let that starter energize, spool up about 10 seconds, give or take. And we did not start. Did we start? Nope. Try that again. That's why. That's why. All right, this will catch this time. All right. Right engine mixture goes full rich. We'll bring it back about 1,000 RPMs. So we let our engines warm up here. And let's go. Gens can come on, pump off, booster pump on. And let's energize the left engine. And we have light off on number 1. Should be 2 good starts. And let that stabilize, warm up. Tail brights can come on, avionics can come on. We can remove the battery cart, put it on battery. All right, so we're going to be going out 1,500 feet out over the river, and we're going to kind of follow the river in a kind of relaxed VFR kind of thing. All right, we can close that. That's in the right position. I got the FT Sim sound pack for this, which is compatible with the Duckworks, and I actually like it. I think it's pretty good. Nothing would be more perfect than actually having a high fidelity DC-3 in the sim, but sadly, I feel as though that is just not going to happen. Nobody wants to do it, so I have to live with this one. If anyone knows, DC-3 is my favorite plane of all time. All right, so we'll remove the chocks and put the parking brake on. Tail wheel lock can come off. All right, so all we're doing is making sure all our stuff comes up into the green. And then once that happens, we can get out of here, actually. So once you have a mid-product, getting a good one is hard. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, we had some back in the past that were half decent, but, you know, nothing that could be considered high fidelity that this sim can produce. At least Duckworks is there. That is absolutely true, Billy. Duckworks for the win. All right. All right, cylinder heads are in the green. We have oil pressure. The cylinder oil temperature is in the green. I think we are ready to go, guys. Let's get out of here. All right, parking brake released. Caught a ignited traffic, Real 556, back taxi runway 06 for departure. Sakata Veneta. It's such a beautiful plane. It's like nicknamed like the plane that refuses to die. There's still like 150 of them in operation. The largest ones in operation in the United States is Florida Air Cargo. So I think Everett's retired theirs. They will outlast us all. Yes. I mean, they're almost a century old, guys. They're almost a century old. 1935 was the first one. Almost a century old and still working, hauling cargo. Especially Florida Air Cargo, hauling cargo in and around the Caribbean. David Christensen, hey, welcome to the stream. What livery am I using? This is the Real Air livery off of Flight Sim TO. The Real Aerovias Brasilia. I just love this. This is like, just reminds me of like Brazil, like old Brazil, like old style Brazil. It's got the right colors for it all. But yeah, Flight Sim TO, I think it's the only one that's the real livery. Could be wrong on that one though. Either that or there's just like another one. A lot of them are like VASP and Varig and what's my favorite airplane? My favorite airplane in real life is the DC-3. This is and it's one of my favorites in the sim, this one, but this is like a heavily modded, simple version. I would really love to have like a high fidelity DC-3. But in the sim, my favorite airplane, I don't know. There's just so many. You'd have to categorize them. So right now, airline-wise, is the Fokker F-28, and I have not flown the F-70, F-100s yet. I have a real suspicion that they're going to end up being one of my favorites as far as airliners go. Turboprops, the Duke turbine, the turbine Duke. That's a really good one. BizJets right now, I really like the Sovereign Plus. But once again, I have not yet flown the Falcon 50, so that might change. It's very dynamic. Very dynamic. All right. Scott Vignetta traffic, Real 556, VFR departure, runway 06, 1,500 feet, left-hand turn over the river. Vignetta traffic. All right. We are set. Mixtures auto, rich. Props full. Carpeets cold. Mains. passing lights are on. I think we are all set. Let's go. All right, 30 inches. Couch flaps, trail. All right, everything is in the green. Takeoff power, 48 inches. Seriously? Okay. Mulligan that one. Oh my God, what the hell? I don't know what happened there. But we could certainly try that over. Right? I crashed on my way into the runway. It's only fitting that I crashed on the way out, right? Yeah, all right. Yeah. All right, let's try this again. Let's try this again. Come on. I don't need the full runway. Tail wheel lock on. All right, 30 inches stabilized. Takeoff power, 48 inches set. Why is the rudder so weird? All right. All right, positive rate gear up. All right, so that was not a very cinematic takeoff, guys. Sorry for that. Not a very cinematic takeoff. All right, we're off. We're up in the air. We're climbing. We're good. Both of them were not cinematic. It was actually kind of disappointing. What do you think about the DC-6? So in 2020, I loved it. For some reason, in 2024, it's not really working out. It's not really working for me. All right. If you can't tell, your 15 minutes are up. No, I figured it was been 15 minutes, Limp. Do I use the gyro? I do. I'm using it right now, actually. I have it. Let's see, we're going east, so we do want north. So I actually have it bound to, or key bound to my my FCU, my wind control FCU. It's a little bit cheating, and I'll tell you why. It's a little bit of a cheat. So when you bind this up, when you key bind this to the FCU, it makes it a little too precise, a little more precise than it would be if you were just dialing everything in on the panel. But it's kind of close enough. And for streaming purposes, it makes my life just a little easier. So we're on the gyro pilot right now. All right, cruise is set. So we'll bring it back to auto lean. Close the cow flaps. Magnetic traffic, Rio 556, just departed Magnetic International Airport. VFR out over the river, last call. What do I like more, Airbus or Boeing? I am a Boeing guy. Mostly because I can land a Boeing better. I struggle with the flare logic of an Airbus. I just earned a subscription. Well, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. You hear that, Bill? Oh, man. Billy and Holden. Our resident Airbus guys. Personal preferences? Yes, they do exist. All right, let's get out of climb power. Let's go cruise power. I want to bring this back. And then we're going to bring the... about 23. We've got plenty of fuel for this trip, so... And we'll go left aux and right aux. So the way the DC-3 is that you should burn your auxiliary tanks off first and then use the mains for the rest of the time, including landing. And let's see, other cruise settings. Landing lights can come off. And we're good. We're set up for the cruise, guys. That's it. Got about a little over an hour. This is real chill mode. Airbus is very sus. It's not called. It's not called Air Sus for nothing. I like it. I'm also a Piper guy. Speaking of Piper, I can't wait for tomorrow. So Piper, the Comanche flight's Saturday, Limp. Saturday. Tomorrow is we're going to be showcasing the Fokker F100s. So please don't show up tomorrow with a Piper. Tomorrow is not Saturday. No, tomorrow is Friday, sir. I know, retired life. Oh, cool, we got a rainbow. Every day is Saturday. Yeah. Every day is a Saturday. I can't wait. Can't wait for my turn. It's an MCAS, anyone? Oh, there's a 737 Max dig. 737 Max dig. Yep, Saturday group flight. We're going from Cedar Key up to man, I can't. It's NC-08. It's actually an airport that's not really modeled in the sim. So you guys are going to need to set up that scenery that I posted in the Discord. But I think it was Billy actually asked for a grass strip, so I found a grass strip for us to go to. Not everyone likes the new Boeing 737 MAX, albeit I have full control of the airplane. I'm not flying a computer. I actually have no problem with the MAX. I have no problem with the Max. Actually, the new, especially the one in the sim, the iFly update it will run, I actually really enjoy that. Don't get me wrong, I love the Max, but I love teasing more. Like I said, guys, if it wasn't for the banter, I would certainly be worried. Actually, I kind of agreed with Billy. It was a little bit of a floaty. They like to float a little bit. That's because you were busy buttering the plane. You didn't know that you were floating down the runway. I'm just kidding. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I fly currently. I think I like it a little better than the PMDG right now. All right, so we're going to follow the river out a little bit, and then we're going to cut across the jungle just to kind of shave some distance off. Hit the markers every time? Well, you are, but you are really good at Boeing, right? You're really good at flying the 7.3s. What rudder pedals do I use? I have the MFG crosswinds. Which I currently feel on that takeoff that my sensitivity is too low. Or too high, I should say. No, too low. He has the he has the Holy Boy MSG Crosswind expensive model rudder pedals thingies. They're not that expensive. I think they're like 360 shipped. Something like that. Before the crosswinds, I had the Turtle Beach rudder pedals, which were they were pretty good. The problem was that they were plastic and they couldn't handle the wear and tear of constant use and broke. I have paid $140 for years. What do I think about the DC-2? Well, it was the predecessor to DC-3. I do know that. The only thing I know of the DC-2 is what I've read from Ernest Gann. It'd be nice to have a DC-2 in the sim. That'd be pretty cool. And from when I read the book Fate is the Hunter, he describes the DC-2 as being a very unforgiving plane. And a lot of new pilots would smash the thing pretty good into the runways. Like the huge two headlights on the front. Which these look like LED though. Definitely not incandescent. So like this ring lights up, but I feel as though it's like the bulb should light up, and they have very white LED look to them. So what kind of reputation do I have so far? I'm coming up on it. I'm coming up on the reputation. It's over 20, recovering from my financial mistake. The thing is, I wish there was the option to just reset your career, reset your stats to 0, start over. That would make life easier, and then I wouldn't have had to. So when I was screwing around with the finances and accidentally took out a loan, not knowing what I was doing, which then I had to declare bankruptcy to get rid of, which then puts your reputation to 0. It would have definitely been nice to just be able to like start over, because it was literally, I was playing around with the app, like just got it, like didn't even do a flight yet. Let's check on some things in the cockpit. We're doing about 165 miles an hour. Yeah, but then you would have a whole ton of bankrupted airlines with no consequences to restart. True. And then it's just another on air, because you could just delete the company and restart with on air. So I get it, but I'm paying for my goof with low reputation, because I probably would be in the, because you started off with like 40, I think. So I'd probably be well into the 60s by now, because I never gotten a negative yet in all the flights. The one thing I've learned with Jet Card is that it is for the ultra realistic with serious minded pilots. Yes. Especially the company dynamics too. Like the finances and everything on that is really thing. You're not just going to start a company and like if you start a company and don't run it right, it's going to fail. It's going to run out of money. You're going to have to declare bankruptcy, and then you're going to be done. Like your company's going to be done. It's going to be, you'll have to go back to charter flights to start over, build back up. There's serious consequences to it. You get a better score if you keep a streak going from airport to airport. I've been doing triple legs, 3 legs. With the thing is I'm stuck with, because I belong to V1 charters. I'm stuck with that fleet and what's available for trips. I thought about joining V1, but he only gives 10% pay, and I don't like that. I'm not going to be just another one of his lackeys. I get it. He is one of the lower paying ones, but I think he's, because we're trying to get to number 1, so he's trying to get as much revenue for the company as possible. Is the thought process behind it all. Plus, right now, applications are closed anyway. Well, he's opening up. There's such a backlog that even with the additional Falcon 50 fleet, he's only hiring from the backlog of applications. And there's a reputation requirement. I believe it's 80 plus right now. I'm not sure though. So the Amazon River kind of cuts up into this huge, like, dog leg. So this is where we're going to cut across the jungle to shave some distance off. Yeah, he's definitely part of corporate America then. Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky enough. So his channel was actually one of the first like serious flight sim live streamers that I started watching. So I've been a member of his channel for almost 3 years now. So that's how I've been lucky enough. I was able to get in on the ground floor because he had there was no reputation when he started V1 exec. There was no reputation requirement for those that were members. Yeah, it was everybody's first. Yeah, his channel was the one that inspired me to actually start my own. So yep, I started watching him and in the Microsoft 2020 days. I started watching him and then XP72. I wasn't new to watching flight sim channels. I used to watch a streamer called Matt Davies back when I was flying Prepared 3D. He was big back then. That was actually when like Jeff Fabiano started. This was going back to like 2014. But Matt Davies apparently, I read that he had passed away from COVID. All right, so we're going to do a dead reckoning here. So like I said, it goes kind of a big arcing dog leg. So we're going to link back up with the river as we go right across the jungle here. But yeah, I say he was the first. I think I want to say he's the first. He was the first channel that I got vested in, because when I was watching, when I was trying to learn the A320, the fly-by-wire A320, I was watching a lot of A320 Sim Pilot, but that was 2021. So I guess my first Microsoft Flight Simulator YouTuber that I subscribed to and followed was A320 Sim Pilot, because he was doing a lot of stuff with the fly-by-wire in Microsoft 2020 because there was nothing else that was flyable. EasyJet Sim Pilot. Yeah, I got familiar and started watching all those guys later, but it was A320 Sim Pilot, and then I found V1 simulations. Watched him for a while, then I subscribed, and then I was a subscriber for a while, and then I actually joined like membership. Flight Deck the Sim, all about those European guys. Yeah, Flight Deck the Sim is really good. He's great for the Boeing stuff. And A330 driver. He used to be 737 driver. He was he was good for a lot of Boeing stuff. But sometimes he's a little bit controversial to watch. That A330 guy. He's definitely got a love hate with the community. And of course, I found Captain Canada. I think everybody is a subscriber to Captain Canada. But I think that the most recent channel that I subscribe to and a membership to that I really have a lot of fun with, and and I'll put a shout out there, and everyone should go check him out, is Flight Sim Captain. That's a real fun channel. It's really cool, these clouds, like the mist over the jungle. Nice afternoon in Brazil. You're a subscriber. I do watch. I was watching him. I was watching him the other day doing some of the. He was flying the Sovereign. And I watch like Owls and Mickey Mike. Those guys too. I feel bad most of the time for Mickey Mike. His channel it just gets trolled. And I feel bad for him because that's got to be rough. He's trying to put on a stream, and everyone just wants to mess with him. Misty afternoon in the jungle. It just looks humid. It looks like it's very humid out. All right, guys. Hey, if you're just joining us, we are in the Asobo DC-3 with the Duckworks mod, and we're flying from Iquitos to I have to look at that, Alfredo Vasquez Gobo in Leticia, Colombia, and we're actually following the Amazon River. We're doing a little shortcut across the jungle right now. But right out there is the Amazon River, and we're doing a Amazon River tour. It was kind of a series that I started a couple months ago and kind of got laxed on, but we're doing leg 2 of that tour. We started out in the Andes Mountains in Peru, and we flew down to Iquitos, and we're going to be making our way across northern South America. What's pretty wild is we've flown we will have flown, when we complete this leg, we'll have flown like 700 nautical miles, and we still haven't touched Brazil yet. It's huge area. I said, Flight Sim Captain, he's my buddy. You guys are both my buddies, though. Yes, yes, yes. Limp Rocketeer coming in with the 5 gifted memberships. Really appreciate you. Awesome. That is crazy. If you're on the channel, you got a gifted membership from Limp. Please give him a thank you. Really appreciate the support, Limp. Should I give this to you or V1? But yeah, guys, check out Flight Sim Captain. You guys will be surprised. It's really laid back. It's nice. It's a nice channel. So don't be really lifted to V1. That's what you're trying to say. I'll tell you what, guys. We're going to once I get enough rep, we'll start a jet car company, and then I will. Say, I do love you, buddy. Thanks, man. Thank you. Right back at you, Limp. Yep, and see, like I said, come right back around. See, there was no need to go way up over there. Actually, I think I might stay on this heading. So I'm looking at the map, and it's kind of got us pointing right at it. So I think we're going to stick with that. I'm going to stick with this heading for a while. It'll be like in and out, kind of crisscrossing across the river, but it's got us pointing right at our airport. So I was trying to get flights from Captain to start an airline on Jet Card, but I don't think he'll be as serious about it as you would be. Nah, we'll get going. We'll start up our own little Jet Card airline. But when the time comes, we'll sit down. We'll talk about it, because I think we'll probably bring you guys on board as kind of like managers and stuff like that. But I gotta get my rep up. I can't even get a loan, so to lease our first plane. So I'll fly with V1 until I can get my rep back up. But I really do like Jet Card, and I'm all about so. What's really cool about Jet Card, what is probably the most coolest thing? So it's in the basic of it. It's just like any other ones, Here's your flight. You're flying from Teterboro to Toronto, right? Is the whole dossier, the whole story behind why you're flying to Toronto. You got a whole story behind, your clients. You got the FBOs that you can contact and kind of talk to and get that back and forth going. But it's just really cool. Like seriously. So I flew a Citation 10 from Burbank up to Salt Lake City and back to Burbank. And the whole story was there was a health insurance conference, and my client was the VP of a major health insurance company. I forget the name of the company. It was an actual real world company that was going up to this conference, and they were utilizing the Citation 10, leasing that for the trip. And it was just cool to have that whole story. So yeah, so the Amazon River here just kind of weaves like these lazy S curves. So we're gonna be going over jungle, and then we'll come back over to the river again, and it'll be cool. I'm just gonna stick with this heading right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep flying independent until you start something up. All right, that sounds good. I was talking to Holden. We were talking about maybe an all turboprop charter, but I really want to add some jets to it, though. I think if we had a decent, like a Black Square King Air or something like that, I think it would be really cool to do an all turboprop charter airline, and kind of based out of Florida, do all kinds of Caribbean flights and stuff like that. It would be pretty cool. Billy says, I'm off to sleep. See you. All right, Billy. Thanks, man. Thanks for for hanging out as long as you could. But I knew it is very late for you. I appreciate you. Hope to catch you tomorrow. +1 on the turboprops. All right. Yeah. Well, maybe we'll be a turboprop heavy jet card company. But I think we will put a couple jets in there. So Lip said, you know how I do with turboprops? It sounds like a recipe for disaster. Well, nah, like I said, we'll put a couple jets in there. If you haven't already yet, guys, hit that like button. It helps out the channel, pushes the channel out to like-minded people that may also like it. So it is a big help. And if you really like it, hit the subscribe button. But I mean, who doesn't like? I mean, how iconic is it to see a DC-3 flying over the Amazon rainforest? I mean, it is like the classic trope, right, guys? So tomorrow's stream, we're going to do the F-100. We're going to do Air Niugini for something different. I know everyone was probably expecting U.S. Airways Northeast flights, right? Now we're going to do something different. But we're going to do Papua New Guinea. So So the big question is, there's two flights that the F-100 did out of Port Moresby, and one was Cairns in Australia, and the other one was a what is it? Hadias. I don't know. It was the Solomon Islands. So the Cairns flight is what it said. So far, JetCard has Monarch Airlines Air Group as number one, and I think it's probably because they have a lot of big jets, Airbus, Boeing, and I don't think V1 will ever compete with that one. Yeah, they keep so the big money makers in JetCard is the ACJs and the Boeing business jets, and if you have a full fleet of that, you're not going to compete. You're not going to be able to compete. But so, what do you guys think? So the Cairns flight from Port Moresby is about an hour and 15 minutes. And the Solomon Islands trip is a little longer, but I don't know. I know there's scenery for Cairns. I don't know if there's scenery for this airport in the Solomon Islands. Let's see how we're doing on fuel. Oh yeah, we got plenty. So this is about 200 gallons. Still burning. We're still burning the ox. We'll switch to the mains for landing. I have a feeling we'll make it there. Lib says, well, you know, I can land the Sovereign. I showed you my landing rate. That minus the crab. Well, the crab wasn't too terrible either. I mean, it was only 3 points. And to be honest with you, with touchdown effects, I think the crab logic is a little aggressive, because sometimes you seriously need to put that crab in there to stay the center line on the runway. So you better at least have a Sovereign. Oh, we're gonna have the Sovereign in the fleet. We're gonna have the Sovereign in the fleet, definitely. It's one of my favorite business jets. Of course, we're gonna have the Sovereign. I like it better than the Phenom. Phenom's nice, but I think the Sovereign's a lot better for what it does, for its mission. It's longer range, and I like the flight dynamic, or the flight model for the Sovereign a little better. I'm thinking Sovereign, we could have maybe the Lear 35, maybe not. Got the Sovereign, we got the of course, I haven't tried the Falcon 50 yet, but it looks really good. So maybe we do a Falcon 50 for some long range stuff, because that's definitely got a cross the pond kind of capability to it, because it's 4,000 nautical miles, I think, is the range. turboprops. We'll get the TBM together. Maybe a King Air if we eventually get one. That's good. I don't want to do. I really don't. I guess I gotta. I guess to make it well rounded, you got to add some default planes into the fleet. Not everybody owns a payware plane, so I don't know. Has anyone flown the Beach C90? Is it any good? All right. I think the most I'm looking forward to is Saturday's stream. I really do. I really do like having flying that Comanche. That's been so much fun. All right, so looking at the map, the river kind of bends this way again, so we're going to be going across more jungle. I think some of the best scenery, just like Alaska, but as far as like river jungle scenery, I think Brazil really really captures that feel. Of course, we're not even in Brazil. This is Colombia. A massive river, guys. Massive river. It's insane. Well, longest river in the world, right? Looks like they're landing runway 3 at Alfredo Vasquez Gobo. Good on fuel. All right, guys, hang on 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. All right, we're still flying. Yeah, so wait till you guys get a load of this airport we're flying into in North Carolina on Saturday. It's a grass strip in the middle of a very narrow valley. 2,700-foot runway. I took the so just a test flight. I didn't fly the Comanche, of course, because persistent model. But I flew. I was messing around with the airport with the Cessna 172, and it's a really neat approach. So you kind of have to like drop into the valley, then hug the one side, and it's a kind of a lazy curve onto a final, which is so it should be a lot of fun. All right, we got 30 minutes left in the flight, and so we're going to be doing a visual approach to runway 3, and they're landing runway 3. Let's get let's see here. What we got? 17.5. So we get some VORs in here. We got 17.5. And then 112.1. We're going 113. 113. 113 on the heading. All right, so we're looking at just for situational awareness. I'll put this here on the runway heading. Like I said, got the we're going to do a visual. There's actually there's no ILS or anything. There's a VOR. Here we got okay, so it looks like we're all set up for approach. There's just 20 minutes left. We're gonna cross this one long stretch of jungle and we'll be set up for our landing. So yeah, I took Billy's advice, Lim, and it was Billy. It was either Billy or Holden actually advised because we had to cancel the stream on Tuesday because of OBS. But I do have, because of Streamlabs, I do have another encoder. So I did set up a little something. So in the future, if OBS fails on me, we'll have a backup that we could still go live. But I read the whole manual on the F-100 for tomorrow's stream. It's probably what I'll be doing tonight is doing a little ground school, get myself familiar with the plane. I do have scenery for this airport. It's actually payware off the marketplace. It's actually a really cool airport. The Peruvian airports and the Colombian airports all have all the airports have like a military section on the airport. I noticed with all the with the payware stuff. All right, guys, almost there. 45 nautical miles left. It is a majestic bird, but definitely a slow one. But what's really cool about is the approach speeds for the DC-3 made it very very useful for short runway operations because you're pretty much coming in just a little faster than a Cessna, and can carry, and carrying 3,000 pounds of cargo, you could bring it into nice, really short strips. All right, let's. Yeah, it's raining a little bit. Let's get back on the mains. Real simple fuel setup. So each side here runs on each engine. So if you wanted to cross feed, you could cross feed right to left, left to right. All you have to do is, so say I wanted to cross feed, or I wanted to balance out from the right hand side. So I can actually tell this engine to run on the right tank. And in doing so, we'll burn just the right side. You can also, if our auxiliary tanks were off balance, we could balance them out by burning just from a single tank. Like, you can choose a tank, and it's very simple on how it works. And we're still full on the mains. All right, so time to get to this. We're gonna kill the music. It's about 15 minutes out. We don't have to descend because we're at 1,500 feet already. But we have to start getting our head in the game. So we'll do a right-hand pattern entry. Sorry to go throw something together for dinner tonight. Hey, no worries, man. No worries. One good thing, I haven't hit the trees yet. No, we did that in the beginning. That was our glitch for the mission. But we still have landing to go. But we got plenty of fuel this run. So I switched back to the main tanks. We're full. These wings are loaded with gas. All right, so we reach back up to the Amazon River again because it's kind of slinked out away from us in another arc. Kind of see it out here. we hit the river again. We should be just outside the city, so we can make a uh, left-hand turn. And start our downwind from the river. And we'll start, so yeah, we'll go 210. 210 is our downwind heading. Just noticed V1 is streaming it right now with the Falcon 50. Yeah, I saw that. He was having trouble getting it. He was having trouble getting it in his sim for some reason. It kept crashing on him. So I don't know what's up with that. The sim kept crashing. I don't know if he was crashing. He only crashes 727s and MD-80s. I just put DC-3s into the trees. Yeah, that MD-80. Yeah, you saw that stream too? Yeah, that was hilarious. It's like, we're cooked. We're cooked. I got no controls. We're cooked. Is Bruner disconnected or something? I think I have a feeling. What was our problem? Was I kind of got lazy on weight and balance. Let's fill it up evenly. All right, we got hooking back up with the river again. So as soon as we reach the river's edge, we can turn out. Turn up the engine sounds just a little bit. So the airport is kind of off our nose. Get our RPMs up to 2,400. Auto rich for landing. Landing lights on. We're on the mains. We're looking good. All right, we're all good. Temperatures are all in the green. Although there's no failure model on this, but it's good to kind of keep a flow in the hopes that someday I'll have a real one. Power back. Get some speed bleed off. Let's go 10. Heading. I think it's... That's not right. That's not right. I'll tell you what, let's hand fly it. Because that's all wrong. I don't know what it's doing there. All right, so it's landing at runway 3, so that's why. Fly down along the river. I look for the airport. So it's dark and rainy here, and I have the air conditioner cranked, and it feels like it's wintertime. That's why I always have the air conditioner cranked in the office. That's why you always see me wearing a hoodie no matter what time of year it is, because it's actually 50 degrees in this room, and I do it to keep the cool air for the computer. Feeling that our DC-3 is on the ground at the airport. So there's our visual marker. That's not our airport. So there's 2 airports here, actually. That's our airport. Alfredo Vasquez traffic. Rio 556, turning downwind, runway 03. Alfredo Vasquez. All right, let's put the first stage of flaps out. Trim, trim, trim. Get down a little bit here. Get the recorder up and running. All right, so what do you guys think? What do you think our landing rate's going to be? Hashtag crash, right? All right, mixture auto rich, props 2400. Gear down, landing lights on. Let's do this. You know that George in the Jungle song right now? Broccoli and cheese soup for dinner. Nice. So the power, this being default still, the power settings are off. Watch out for that tree. See, now you got it. Now you got it in your head, Limp. Now you got it in your head. Alfredo Vasquez traffic, Real 556, short final runway 03, landing. Welcome to Alfredo Vasquez. It's 40 knots. Release the wheel lock. Alfredo Vasquez traffic, Real 556, back taxi runway 03. All right, cow flaps open. Listen, I think the craziest thing about landing those things is the nose never comes down, right? You never noses over. As a matter of fact, you don't want the nose to come down. So the trick with landing these things so that they don't go all over the place is to actually, when the mains touch, so like this back tail wheel was locked, and when the mains touch, you want to pull this back as far as it'll go. You want full deflection up. You want to drive that tail wheel into the runway. Because it's locked, it's going to prevent you from what's called ground looping, where the tail swings around, and it's not a good thing. So they always say when you land and you touch down and everything, once you're stable on the mains, you put the put the control column in your lap. That's how far back you want to. But this is pretty cool scenery. Pretty cool scenery, guys. Ground looping is what I call the wobbles. Yep. We'll disconnect from the network. There's no reason to be on. I forget how much this was. I don't think it was expensive at all. This scenery. $737-300 freighter. How is that possible? Or was that 800? All right. This looks good. Come in here. And parking brake on. Let's wind the time back just a little bit. Nice sunset. All right, let's check out. So I don't know offhand, but I probably own that airport as well. Probably knowing you and me both have so many airports. But it's pretty cool because especially at night, this this whole ramp is lit up, and it's like this beacon in the middle of like the dark jungle. All right, so let's check out what our touchdown was. Guys, 90. G-force 1.08. We touched down at 72 knots. Like I said, Cessna speeds. We had a little bit of crab. So you're going to have to ignore pitch in this one because it's set up for an airliner, and it does not do tail draggers really well. So it thinks we were pitched up. So 7.9 is actually probably what we're at right now. So looks pretty good. A little bit. That's below 100, so that counts as a butter. That counts as a butter, guys. All right. So seeing it on touchdown effects, let's check it out on the replay. Because I'm going to have to get going, and the wife is cooking dinner. All right, we'll stop the recording and replay out. Where are we at? So glad we were able to pull off the landing since the start was so bad. Let's see here. Why am I? that screen. Touchdown is still, yep, we got it fixed. We got it fixed. I just saw it. But thank you for the heads up. So I think it was a pretty good landing. Little pitchy, but we're getting kind of blown around all over the place, so. A little off center. So stabilized on the mains. We bring the tail wheel down. Hold it back. Hold it back. As you can see at the elevator that I was holding it back, driving that tail wheel into the runway, keep us straight. I think I need to set up specific profiles for specific planes, because this is now my caravan curves, and I think I need to have a classic prop curve. But yep. A -6 for yours? I'll try. I think I have -4. But let's pause that. Let's wind it back just a little bit. I want to see the flare. So if you look at, so there's two ways. You could do a 3-point, I think you could do a 3-point landing in a DC-3. I actually have a 1940s military C-47 manual. And I want to see, because they show you pictures of what the angle should be. I want to see it actually looks like the manual. Just let that tail wheel settle. And once it's down, all the way back on the lap. All right, guys. This looks good. We're a little off. I think there might have been a little bit of a crosswind component going on there. But, all right, guys, this was fun. I'm going to wind this back. This was fun, guys. I enjoyed it. Another one in the books. We did not put it in the jungle this time. Leg 2. Did not put it in the jungle. All right. So tomorrow's stream, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we're going to be looking at the Fokker F-100 Air New Guinea flight. I don't know. Still a toss-up whether we're going to Cairns or Cairns or to the Solomon Islands. But said, nevertheless, a pretty cool landing, at least not on the way down. Oh, nice. Thank you, Limp. Awesome. All right. So, Alex Pushkin, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you. All right. Like TJ also subscribed. Thank you very much. We got Gabriel Era subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much. We got Pilot Bear, Bob Smith subscribed, Harry Deal, Harry Dust Slayer subscribed to the channel, Mike Tarum subscribed to the channel. Thank you very much for the subscriptions, all the love and support. Appreciate it. On to tomorrow's stream at 1 o'clock. We're taking the F-100. We're taking it Papua New Guinea to either Cairns, Australia, or to the Solomon Islands. It's just something different. We usually fly in the United States. Oh, wow, it's going crazy, guys. Thank you very much, everyone who's subscribed to the channel. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello. All right. So, everyone in chat talk. We had Limp Rocketeer. Drunk Billy was in the chat. We had Christensen. Ava Christensen was in the chat. Thank you very much. It was fun talking to you guys. It was fun hanging out this evening live stream. Appreciate it. I'll see you all tomorrow. I'm Virtual Flight Diaries. My name is John. On to the next one. See ya.